So I was talking with a lady at a store, and I was just in the mood to mention this thing that I think about that little town I was in and why it is so awesome. It it's my favorite little town. It happens to be a town I live close to as well. It's unique attribute that makes it completely different than every other town around here is that there's a huge road that goes uphill, two big lanes separated with trees in the middle. Now they tried to plant trees there for a long time and they would always get run over, but now they've got trees going. They'll provide shade for at least part of the year. I might have put a different species of trees there, but those can also be put in later as well. So the key attribute of this town is that the public road, I mean it's all public road too within the town, but it acts almost like a gated community because the big road, the one that most people go on, only passes by town and has contact with it in a single point on the edge of town. So it acts as if it was like a gated community. There's no gate, but cars don't pass through it. And that means there's like almost no traffic. It's just local traffic. And it's not that much. People coming and going, but not passing through. Unlike another town uphill from here, where the road winds through town, and that's really inconvenient. And the lady I was talking to understood this completely. I was, complimenting how awesome the town is, because it is. And she understands completely, because kids can walk around then in town without constantly having cars assaulting and potentially killing them. And she brought up another town where the road goes right through the middle of town, but it's a very narrow road. And the problem with that road is that no one can park there, so it's not like there's any economic benefit to having the road go right through the middle of town. And my suggestion was that town build a road around it, either on the upper side or the lower side, or both. And you could even do one-way roads so that people go around the town. One-way roads I'm a big fan of for various reasons. Like I don't like oncoming traffic because I don't trust those people with their death machines not to hit my car, especially on a difficult road at all. But these, you could make nice wide roads, and then you could make commercial opportunities available for people traveling through. Places for them to park, places for them to buy things. And that town has crafts makers and things. I mean, we could sell something to people. It's pretty close to a bigger town, so that maybe isn't the biggest goal, but you got to plan ahead, and there could be who knows what kind of economic activity, and you could even divide that economic activity with these unknown people just passing by. You could divide that a little bit from the heart of your town, and you could get cars out of the heart of your town. People just passing through don't need to come into your community. So we can think of, gated community sounds bad in some ways, and there's no gate, so it's not really a gated community, but having vehicles, these noisy machines of death, passing right through the middle of your town on a narrow street, unable to have any benefit for the town, is just like, why the fuck would you have it designed that way? And it's because it wasn't designed that way. It was designed a long time ago for horses. And there was no road until this century, last century, I guess, whatever. Centuries keep changing. But those are the kind of lessons I need to look at. Physical lessons. Every town is a lesson. And this is one reason, one of the only reasons I should travel is to look at architecture. Because moving to the town I live near now, the towns I live near now, has changed my view of architecture completely. The way that buildings and society and people relate. And so on this piece of forest that I have theoretical control over for another unknown number of years, or somewhere bigger than 10 minutes, I mean, I could have a stroke or heart attack just right now, but I might have another 20 years. But if I can write this stuff up, which I have done some of, and make videos that AI will later edit so that you don't have to suffer through me rambling on. But the principles of it could be documented and then implemented, questioned, implemented, then redesigned for actually having humans be in an environment that was designed for human fulfillment and comfort and enjoyment, and get rid of this gasoline-fueled bullshit that oppresses us. There's a lot of related issues to that, but I'd be curious to know what you think of how your city is designed. There's so many cities designed so many different ways, and we can look at those all as a menu of options for how things could be or how we don't want them. In almost all cases, I'm very certain of my views that we need less density with greater fulfillment, more nature within the city, plazas and parks everywhere. And then, I like that book, The Pattern Language. Oh, look, there's vetch right here flowering. That's pretty cool. Remember a long time ago I didn't have any vetch at all. Vetch is a food for animals, usually grown. It has a pretty purple flower. See that pretty purple flower? Nice delicate leaves. And I didn't have any, but I bought some seeds of it. And I only put it in a couple spots, but then birds have eaten those seeds, and it shows up in weird spots like this one where I'm quite certain. There's another one up there. It's right there. Awesome. So the biological design is also really relevant of the plant structures, the plantscape, in making it a comfortable, wonderful place. And then, of course, getting people to shut the fuck up and have quiet towns. Quiet, 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 please.